What's up everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. On the last part, we saw what happened with the Goku Black arc, and how Goku's powers not only affected him, but Goku Black too. Goku Black was able to use Goku's powers for himself, creating an all-new powerful form. However, Goku was able to unlock a new power himself as well, one that he's been working towards for a long while. Following the defeat of Goku Black, Gohan and Trunks have returned to the past, wanting to train themselves. And they'll be sticking around for a bit in this part. For this video, we'll set a like goal of 3,500 likes, and once we hit that, I'll release the finale to the series. Anyways, let's pick up from here. So the last part ended off with Gohan and Trunks wanting to train. For Gohan, he wants to evolve a legendary Super Saiyan in some way, and thankfully he's got the perfect person to train with, not just Goku, but his past self. What person knows him better than himself? And as for Trunks, he still does want to get stronger too, but he's looking down a different path, one that his father's following, a path to God forms. Of course, Goku has his own, but Vegeta would obviously be the better person to train with. The two of them are ready to get stronger. And it's not just them. Future Bulma comes to the past as well. She actually hasn't been here despite her being the one to make the time machine in the first place. She's always wanted to see what it looks like back here, wanting to know what they actually ended up protecting by going to the past. Of course, it is a bit sad for her to see Vegeta, but it's also nice to see that the past version of herself is happy living with him. Not to mention everyone else here that's alive, specifically Goku. On a similar note, Gohan got to see what his past self's been up to. He did see him before, but now he's a completely grown adult. And not only that, but he has a family. He has a wife and kid. Gohan is kind of jealous of his past self, but very happy nonetheless. Damn, that could have been him. If his timeline was normal, he definitely would have had a wife and kids too, but hey, that's the whole point of them coming back here. He's glad that his past self turned out okay. Not to mention, he's a scholar, just like future Gohan wanted to be. This just tells them more and more that it was the right choice to go back to the past. Everyone here is living a happy life, thriving even, and they've achieved their goals that they wanted to achieve. Trunks meets his past self, and this is also a nice little interaction too. Of course, present Trunks isn't that old, so it's not like he exactly knows how he's going to turn out, but he's happy to see himself nonetheless. And you know what? Present Trunks actually does want to train with his future self. He has been training with Goten, but he can't really keep up, and he trains with Vegeta, but Vegeta's been gone for a while too, training for God forms. Maybe the two of them can train together. I mean, the two Gohans are training together after all, so why not do this too? And you know what? Trunks is up for it. Gohan trained his past self a while ago the first time they went to the past, and that turned out great, so maybe Trunks should do that with his past self as well. Although Beerus is a bit iffy on the time traveling, he's actually going to let it slide here. These two serve as a good motivator for Goku and Vegeta, as well as the other Saiyans on Earth. So hey, as long as this results in a stronger rival for Beerus, he's fine with it. Expect to see more of that in the finale. The time travelers stay for a few weeks, possibly even a few months, but they eventually go back to their timeline. They have been traveling back and forth, but they can't keep doing that. They'd rather just stay there, and they've gotten the strength they needed. It was a nice experience being their past selves and seeing everything back here once more. They thank everyone for their help again, and return to their timeline. We enter a brief time skip, and eventually we're going to have the Tournament of Power announced. Now it's up to Goku to find a team for the tournament. And it shouldn't be that hard. He recruits Vegeta, Gohan, Piccolo, Goten, Trunks, Krillin, and Roshi, but that's only 8 people. He tried to recruit Tenshinhan, but he didn't budge yet. And even if he does join, they're not going to have a full team of 10. But before Goku tries even harder to recruit Tenshinhan or anyone else, he has a better idea. Wait a sec, could they recruit someone from the future? He asks Beerus, and he's kind of shocked at the suggestion. At first he scolds Goku, telling him no way. That would definitely piss Zeno off if he found out there's time travelers here. But then Whis interjects. Looking through the rulebook for the tournament, there's nothing about recruiting time travelers. Not that there were many rules to begin with. Whether it's an oversight or not, they could technically recruit them. And Goku begs Beerus one more time. They need to recruit those two. They need the strength that they have. It gives their universe a better chance of survival. And Beerus knows that, but he is a bit terrified of Zeno. Reluctantly, he allows it. But only because Zeno hasn't done anything yet about time traveling, which he definitely would have noticed by now, especially with the whole Zamasu situation. And hey, they technically are recruiting people from their universe. I mean, if Universe 3 could bring robots, what's wrong with Universe 7 using their technology to their advantage? Wait, what, can't Whis just take them there? Well, no, Whis isn't going to intervene. He wants this to be all on their part. Otherwise, it would be kind of unfair. Thankfully, Bulma does have another time machine. Of course, she would take the opportunity to build another one. She does have to be filled in on the whole situation, and Goku actually can't lie to her about it this time. So, she allows him to use his time machine, and he goes to the future. He meets up with Gohan and Trunks, who are surprised to see him. It seems things are going very nicely in the future. Of course, not everything is built yet, but things are coming along nicely. The two of them even have relationships. Trunks is with Mai, and as for Gohan, let's throw him a bone. Future Videl is alive in this scenario and he ends up meeting her. And despite everything, they still hit it off, even without all the high school and Great Saiyaman stuff. Goku's glad to see things are going so well, but he doesn't really know how to ask this next question because the thing is, this might not even really affect them. It's a big favor. He wants them to join a tournament, and it's an important one. The entire universe is at stake, although their universe won't get affected. It's only Goku's timeline that actually gets affected by this. That's why they need as much help as possible. Gohan and Trunks are glad to help, but the thing is, if they do end up losing, they'll get erased. Even though they are from the future, they would be in that timeline at the moment of Universe 7's erasure. So Goku lets them know this risk. It's fine if they don't want to help, he would understand, but he asks anyways, will they join the team? And Gohan and Trunks actually agree to this. I mean, the past timeline has helped them so much in their endeavors. Without them, there would be no future right now. Gohan and Trunks wouldn't be alive. It's only right that they pay them back. Not to mention, they are family after all. Even though they're separated by timelines, this is their family. Vegeta, Goku, their past selves, everyone. So they agree. It's about time they put their newfound strength to use anyways. Goku thanks them and they return to the past. And now the team is all set. Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Trunks, Goten, Piccolo, Krillin, and Roshi. Definitely a unique lineup. And this would be really good too. Not only are they very strong, but a lot of the people on this team have great synergy. Trunks was training with his past self and Vegeta. Gohan's obviously been training with Gohan and Goku. Goten can work well with either of the Trunkses or either of the Gohans and Goku. I could keep going on and on, but the point is, everyone fights well together. So they're pumped up. A strong team, strong synergy, and strong resolve. They're ready for the Tournament of Power. They go to the World of Void, and the tournament begins. And while Goku kinda does want to fight alone like he did originally, he's not gonna go against Gohan's wishes. Future Gohan ended up agreeing with past Gohan's strategy. And since they went out of their way to come here and risk everything, Goku's not gonna just ignore Gohan and Trunks. Vegeta does though, and it actually works out pretty well for him. Despite Vegeta not being as gifted as Goku in this scenario, he's still very powerful and very driven. Actually even stronger than normal. He's working towards a new evolution of Super Saiyan Blue. He knows that there's some way to improve this, but he's not entirely sure how. This tournament might be the catalyst for him though. But even without that, there is something else he's looking to attain. It's something Whis has been hinting towards, a way for Vegeta to instinctively move his body on his own. Of course, Goku has trained towards this too, but he's been more focused on his legendary powers. But for Vegeta, he's excited. He'll surpass his limits, and this tournament's the perfect opportunity for that. At first, things for the tournament are going really well. Krillin and Roshi are probably having the hardest time keeping up with everyone, but even then, they're still doing perfectly fine. Goten does have control over his legendary Super Saiyan power now, but he's not using it yet. He wants to preserve some stamina. Same with Trunks. He could use Super Saiyan 2, but he does want to save stamina. Future Trunks is mostly sticking with them, as well as Piccolo. These two young hybrid Saiyans are strong, but they need to be watched in case they do screw something up. Right now everyone's fighting pretty relaxed. Goku switches between his legendary powers, and eventually ends up fighting Caulifla. She's trying to learn Super Saiyan for herself, after seeing Goku, Vegeta, and all the other Saiyans using it too. During her fight with Goku, she is eventually able to access it, but someone else transforms too, Kale. She goes berserk and begins attacking Goku, with Goku definitely recognizing that power. It's not exactly the same as his, but it's still very familiar, and he knows Kale's dangerous. He doesn't want to take any chances, so he goes into legendary Super Saiyan 2. And instead of letting her rampage, he has no choice but to knock her out. He doesn't know if she'll be able to control this power. Sure, Caulifla was able to access her power very easily, but he doesn't know anything about Kale, and this power is a lot harder to maintain than even regular Super Saiyan. So just as quickly as Kale transforms, she's knocked out of the ring by Goku. Caulifla's kinda mad about this, but Goku tells her it's a tournament. She was gonna end up being knocked out anyways, and besides, this is for the better. If they let Kale rage out like that, things could have gone very bad. She could have ended up killing someone, even one of her own teammates. He tells Caulifla to trust his judgment. He is similar after all, or he was similar. And he tells Caulifla this: if somehow all the universes are still intact after the tournament, he wants her to help Kale get her power under control. Take his advice. Fighting continues and Universe 7 is still pretty much washing everyone, but Goku has his sights set on someone. As much as he does want a rematch with Hit, he's more interested in Universe 11. Without an exhibition match, he never actually fought Toppo, and he seems pretty strong, but more importantly, there's Jiren. Goku begins walking up to Jiren, and the rest of the Pride Troopers kinda watch on in awe. Dispo decides to attack, but quickly, Goku transforms, going into Super Saiyan God and grabbing Dispo's fist before it hits him. Dispo tries desperately to outspeed Goku and hit him somehow, but he's then attacked by the two Gohans, who easily overwhelm him in their effort to help Goku out. Not that Goku really needed the help. He continues walking towards Jiren and they stare each other down. Toppo's about to attack, but Jiren says there's no need. He goes on to fight elsewhere, as Goku and Jiren get ready to fight. Goku begins cycling through his forms. Legendary Super Saiyan doesn't do much. Legendary Super Saiyan 2, not much either. Super Saiyan God is actually where he begins accomplishing something, although he's not doing any damage to Jiren. and he realizes he's going to need to break out the big guns. Legendary Super Saiyan God. A green aura encapsulates him as his hair begins growing out, and he now displays this power to Jiren. The two begin clashing, and it's actually a pretty close fight, as long as Jiren is suppressed. For the time being, this won't be easy for either of them, but their battle continues. With more and more people being knocked out, more universes begin bringing out their trump cards, which means Universe 7 will have to as well. The two Gohans look at each other and nod, and together, they transform into Legendary Super Saiyan 2. Present Gohan is impressed with his future self. He already accessed this form before, but he's already got a great control over it. Goten brings out his Legendary Super Saiyan form. And as for future Trunks, he does have a nice evolution in power, thanks to Vegeta. While Vegeta fights in blue, Trunks brings out Super Saiyan God. This is the true power of Universe 7. Together, they all knock out more and more fighters, even preventing their teammates from being knocked out. But Vegeta then ends up facing his biggest challenge yet, Toppo. Vegeta's not too phased at first. In blue, he feels confident. He is stronger than normal after all. But Toppo seems to be a bigger threat than he thought. Vegeta's definitely going to have to summon some more power, although he can't. He tries bringing out more power, trying to evolve Super Saiyan Blue, trying to force that evolution out. He'll break his limits no matter what. But for now, he's going to have to fight in regular blue. Trunks jumps in and fights alongside him, and others help gang up on Toppo. But this only serves to anger Toppo more and more. And as much as he hates to do it, it seems he has no choice. He goes into his God of Destruction mode. It's the only way he's going to stay in the ring. At this rate, even 3 of them together are going to knock him out. The two Trunkses are fighting alongside Vegeta, and they're suddenly knocked away by Toppo. He's focused on only Vegeta. As their battle continues, Vegeta realizes that Toppo could just destroy all his attacks. Vegeta's going to need a lot of energy for this. He begins charging a Final Flash, the strongest, most energy-packed one he's ever charged before. He launches it at Toppo, who responds with his own attack, trying to destroy it. And no matter how much Vegeta pushes back, it seems like it's no use. As Goku and Jiren continue their fight, they see a massive explosion. Purple and yellow lights flash nearby, as Toppo's attack collides with Vegeta's, then overwhelming it as the two then explode. Toppo resists the explosion and knocks him back a bit, but he's okay. And as for Vegeta, he can't see him anywhere. It seems Vegeta did overwhelm his Sakai, which is interesting. He destroyed destruction. That was a pretty unique reaction, and Toppo wonders if he actually survived that. No one's sure if Vegeta's alive, and if he is dead, Toppo will be eliminated. But he's not eliminated yet, which means Vegeta must have survived. The Grand Priest confirms this, and he tells everyone to look. In the crater left behind by their two attacks, a geyser of ki shoots out. Vegeta has finally evolved, but in a different way than he expected. He didn't surpass Super Saiyan Blue. He surpassed pretty much everything. His aura dissipates and Vegeta's revealed to be there, with flowing black hair and a bluish-purple aura. No one's sure what this is, but Toppo tries to fight him, and Vegeta instantly dodges all his attacks, which surprises even Vegeta. Unknowingly, Vegeta has access to Ultra Instinct Omen. Toppo tries attacking again, but nothing works. Vegeta is effortlessly dodging him. Vegeta then appears behind Toppo. He didn't even see that happen. And with a single punch, he's knocked across the ring, through a bunch of rocks, and completely off the side. How is that possible? Vegeta was losing to him before, and now he just one-shots him out of the ring? The gods all begin theorizing, at least the gods that are left. Some of the few remaining fighters trying to attack Vegeta, but of course it goes nowhere. He just ends up defeating them all. As Goku and Jiren are fighting, they then see Vegeta disappear, and he's standing alongside Goku. Goku's already pretty beat up by this point. Jiren's been showing off more and more power, and even with Goku growing during the battle, even his legendary God form can't really compete. Vegeta doesn't even say anything. He instantly joins in, and Goku doesn't question it. He doesn't know what power Vegeta has, but it's definitely strong, and also fleeting. He is able to help do some damage to Jiren alongside Goku, but it's not the amount they need. Suddenly Vegeta then drops out of this form, and Jiren sees his chance. He knocks Vegeta out of the ring with one attack. Jiren begins powering up more and more as well, ready to take out Goku for good. But Goku suddenly feels a burst of energy within him. Vegeta already used up a lot of his own energy, but when he was knocked out of the ring, he lended the rest of it to Goku, rejuvenating him. Goku's green aura swells, clashing with Jiren's red aura. But Goku is then joined by someone. Gohan stands alongside him, with future Gohan also stepping up as well. The green aura grows larger and larger as the three collide. Jiren's then hit by 2 blasts from behind. He turns around to see the 2 Trunkses. And above him, Goten with a Kamehameha jumping over him, joining his father and the 2 Gohans. Roshi, Krillin, and Piccolo are also in the ring too. They'll lend all the help they need. It's amazing that everyone survived this long, although these 3 are kinda on their last legs. But together, they'll all defeat Jiren. Jiren fully powers up, his shirt rips off, his aura swells even more, and his clash begins with Goku. Goku's obviously the main threat, so he's focused on him, but the 2 Trunkses are helping a lot as well, as the 2 Gohans try and formulate their own plan. Goten fights alongside Goku, as the Gohans act as supports. Goku's hyped up. He's never been pushed this far, and the greatest part is he's growing stronger and stronger as they battle. This legendary god form is amazing. Collectively, everyone is actually overwhelming Jiren. They are making some progress, specifically thanks to Goku. But the two Gohans have finally figured out a great strategy. This one will definitely work. They start attacking more and more, with perfect synergy. They are the same person after all. It's kind of amazing actually. Future Gohan sees as much as past self has grown, and present Gohan gets to fight alongside his future self again. Combined with help from the Trunkses, Goten, and Goku, they're slowly pushing Jiren back even more and more, with the 4 legendary Super Saiyans growing during battle as well. They distract Jiren as Goku charges up a massive Kamehameha, launching it at the Pride Trooper without a chance to defend. Jiren quickly puts his arms up bracing for impact, but takes it head on. The two Gohans each fan out from Jiren. They run towards the timer in the middle of the ring, running up the side of it. As Jiren tries to tank the Kamehameha, the two Gohans begin charging power. And together, with their maximum power, they launch themselves off the timer. The Kamehameha destroys most of the ring around it, with Jiren still trying to tank it. But then he notices the two Gohans when it's too late. He feels their overwhelming auras together, and they hit him with excessive speed. As Goku's blast continues breaking the ring, their impact with Jiren does so as well. They pummel him right through the entire arena, surprising Jiren and catching him off guard as he's knocked through the void. Universe 11 has lost their final fighter, and Universe 7 has claimed victory. And of course, Goku ends up being the MVP, since both of the Gohans have been knocked out. And he already knows what he wants to wish for. Fighting all these universes was amazing, and he wants to see more of them again, especially what he saw before with Caulifla and Kale. It would be a shame for everyone to just die without a purpose. And he knows what he wants to wish for. He restores every single universe. Exactly the outcome Zeno wanted. We'll be getting more into the epilogue of the tournament in the next part, as well as everything beyond that. For now, we'll leave off here. So, what did you guys think about this part? And what do you think will happen next time? Will Vegeta get a better grasp on Ultra Instinct? What'll happen to the two time travelers? And what about Goku? Leave your thoughts and suggestions in the comments below. I'll be sure to check them out to see what you guys think. As always, if you like the video, be sure to drop a like. And let's try to hit that like goal from the beginning of the video so we get another part of this series. If you haven't already, why not subscribe? As well as hitting the bell icon to get notified about any future parts of this What If, or any of the videos that I upload on my channel. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.